All right. Welcome, Hudson High School forensic students. This is Mr. Comer here, and I'd like to welcome you to your forensic science class, or at least your new forensic science class. I'm experimenting with this idea of blended learning and trying to really leverage technology and the web to make learning a little bit different. Um, I'm not sure what that looks like. I have mixed feelings on it. It's kind of turning things completely backwards. I know how to stand in front of a classroom and teach a class, and I know how to teach a class that uses computers, but I'm not really quite sure I know how to teach a class that almost entirely or almost exclusively uses computers. So I'm setting up the infrastructure now. Um, it's going to be a learning curve for everyone. So that's why I'm making this video so that we can kind of all get used to this together and we can kind of iron out the kinks. All right. So I'd like to welcome you guys to the website. This is what it looks like. Not too dynamic yet, but it's under construction. And as you can see, each of your units is going to be up here, and a lot of them haven't been yet populated. You can see Unit 4 has been populated because these are the things that we've been doing this week. But let's backtrack. All of us are going to start at Unit 0. So in Unit 0, we're not going to be really learning anything about forensics. We're going to be learning about what blended learning is. So if you go ahead and you click on blended learning, you'll see a little introduction to Unit 0. So during this unit, we're going to learn how to navigate our new blended learning environment. And each of the lessons below, lessons 1, 2, and 3, which are not hyperlinked yet, but soon will be, they're going to serve as a tutorial to familiarize yourself with how we're going to access the content, show the various ways that we're documenting our learning process, because like we've always done, learning is an active and not a passive process. But most importantly, it's what's it going to look like in terms of how you submit your work and the changes that are associated with that. So let's start with Lesson 1, which is very meta because you are currently doing Lesson 1. And we're going to talk a little bit about what blended learning is. So when you go to a lesson in any of these units, you're going to get a box that kind of looks like this, and I'll have the title, Unit 0, Lesson 1, What is Blended Learning? So the objective of this lesson is what we're doing right now. What is blended learning, and what will class look like from now on? So it's saying, watch the video above to learn about blended learning. Well, that video is actually being made right now, so kind of weird. And Part 2 says, bookmark your student portfolio. Well, what does that look like? We're going to talk about that in a second. And then it says, write a blog post summarizing how you feel about the shift. Include an image in your blog post. So let's get right back into that. So this shows you the procedure, and then it says submission criteria. So how are you going to submit your work? You're going to submit a blog post to your online portfolio. And then it says very specifically, title your post, Unit 0, Lesson 1, What is Blended Learning? And you can also see down here what competencies that you're going to be used to assess. And in this one, we're going to assess communication because you're writing, and technology because you are using technology. All right. So what do we mean by this idea of a student portfolio? Well, what I want you guys to do is I want you to just go to Google. Google will always help us, and just write in Google Sites. When you go to Google Sites, it should bring up this. And pretty soon, but not quite yet, I have a couple of websites here. You should have a student portfolio. Mine just says Forensic Student Portfolio Template, but yours is going to say your last name, comma, first name, and it's going to say Forensic Student Portfolio. And when you go to that site, it's going to look, well, it's actually going to look like this, but it'll have your name on it. And what is this site? Well, this is going to be where all your work is going to be held. So our work is no longer going to be sitting in folders that are in our drive. Our work is going to be outward facing, and we're going to be sharing it with the world. And this will be a record of everything that you've done as you move through each of the lessons. All right. So what does this look like on the student portfolio? It's relatively simple for now, but you should go ahead and you should bookmark this like right away. So that's like number 2, my student portfolio, done. Maybe even pull it, right here. So you know that when you go to Mr. Comer's class, you can just go ahead and click that, and you are in your student portfolio. And here's a couple of links. So this link is going to take you right to the forensic site where all of your lessons are going to be. We are not forgetting about CambrianEd.com, although we're not going to be using it specifically as a student portal. There's still going to be a lot of interesting things on there. Obviously, we're going to be doing a lot more of screencasting, so you might have to locate videos here on my YouTube channel. If you need some information about Hudson High School, you can locate that. Hudson Senior Hub, really important, right? All of your announcements and so on and so forth are going to be here. So that's linked. And there's going to be a discussion board and some other resources, and we'll discuss that at another time. So what does this look like? Well, anytime you guys submit work, you're just going to make a new post to this page. So for the point of this lesson, I want you to write a blog post summarizing how you feel about this shift. Include an image in your blog post. So that's a little vague, but I want you to blog, like write, sit there, like, are you nervous about this transition? How do you feel? Are you excited about this? Are you nervous about this? What are some things that can be good about it? What do you think are some things that can be bad? I want you to express yourself. And I also want you to include an image in your blog post. So the first thing I'm going to teach you right now is how to make a new post. So let's go back. It says title your post Unit 0, Lesson 1, What is Blended Learning? So what I would do is I would go ahead and copy that. And I'd go to my student portfolio and I'd make a new post. So here's my new post. It's loading. And we're going to put this right here. Unit 0, Lesson 1, What is Blended Learning? So, how I feel about blended learning. I feel nervous, and excited, and I can't wait to start. So one of the criteria to get credit for this is that you're going to have to insert an image.